Good evening. I hereby call this legislative session to order. Let's begin with the pledge.
Trustee Fritchie, Trustee White,
Present.
Trustee Casada,
Present.
and Deputy Mayor Lopez.
Present.
Okay, public hearing in the matter of proposed local law 2024 entitled "A Local Law Amending Chapter 127 Food Establishments in the Village of Austin Code." Is there anyone in our virtual world that wishes to speak on this subject? Please raise your virtual hand. Going to move on. Oh, are we closing this?
We need to
public hearing?
close the public hearing.
Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mayor and trustee announcements.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
I just wanted to tell everyone that this Saturday morning, there will be an event at the library for our military banner program. The banners are finished, and while they're not hung yet, we're going to have kind of a ceremony where the names are read, and other surprises apparently will happen. So it starts at 10, but if people could start arriving at 9:30, that would be great. I know I got a banner for my father, and I think Bob Fritchie got one for his father too. So it's really a very cool program. Thank you, Village Historian Joyce Cole, for making that happen.
Cool. Madam Clerk. No one else.
Administrative reports, Village Manager Karen Dottori.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Just to follow up on Trustee White's comment, our staff is also very excited about this program. They've been working closely with our historian, Joyce Rockhold, to identify the sites that these banners are going to be hung, and it is something that has gotten a lot of enthusiasm throughout the community. We're really happy to be able to honor our veterans in this way. So tonight you may have noticed that Mayor Levin and Assistant Village Manager Maddie Zahaja are not here. They are at the New York Conference of Mayors annual meeting. And NICOM, as we call it, is a valuable resource for information regarding best practices in local government, grant and funding opportunities, and a wealth of information about policy and legislation and its impact on local communities. So we're quite sure that they'll come back with some valuable information to share with all of us, and we wish them well as they sit through many, many different sessions and seminars on governance and a whole range of items that will benefit us here in Ossining. We also have great news that we will be having ice cream at the waterfront soon. Penny Lick is having their ribbon cutting at 2:30 tomorrow at Henry Gordine Park. So we're very excited that once again, ice cream will be served in Henry Gordine Park, and you can enjoy a cone or a cup at the waterfront. Our pool is open and swimmers are enjoying it, and the locker rooms are on target to be completed by early June. As soon as we have the official date, we will let everybody know. We're also installing pay stations in the Main Street parking lots this week. These pay stations will be able to facilitate parking, so you can use your debit card, your credit card, or cash to be able to pay for parking as another option for people who may or may not want to pay on their phone app. We anticipate that these will be operational by the week of May 27th. There's a little bit of time we need to coordinate with our software program, parking management program, and ensure that staff has proper training. And that concludes messages for tonight.
Thank you. Corporation Counsel, Stuart Kahan.
Thank you, Sue. Good evening, folks. Sue will remember at last year's NICOM, my wife was the only person swimming in the outdoor pool and had an absolutely marvelous time. In addition to showing her knitted knockers, we'll get into that later, to all of the members up there. Many people have them, including our village manager. And we got loads of comments from people through
What?
knockers.
Okay.
These are for individuals who have had reconstructive surgery.
Oh, wow.
So-
Okay.
My wife was busy knitting up there while I was attending the different things. With regard to other announcements, the board adopted at the May 1 meeting, local laws 3 and 4. I'm pleased to announce that they have both been filed with the Secretary of State and are effective as of Friday, May the 10th. I'll be sending a note around to particularly the building department staff and our planning staff, because those 2 local laws directly affect them. And I'll also send a copy of the local law to our court because it does also impact the court. While I was doing some work today, I came across a notice on the Department of Motor Vehicles website, which I just want to bring to folks' attention. If your license expired between March 1st of 2020 and August 31st of 2021, which was really the height of the pandemic, and you renewed online during that time by self-certifying your vision, but you have not yet submitted a vision test to DMV, your license is suspended as of December 1st of 2023. It's easy to deal with the suspension because you can just upload the information with regard to a vision test. But what you don't want to do is get pulled over by one of our police officers and be suddenly told, oh, by the way, your license is also suspended. So if you have any questions, you can go to the DMV website, which is dmv.ny.gov/driver-license/vision-information. And you can, in fact, then upload all the information you need to get your updated vision test online and avoid any suspensions. Thanks.
Marvelous. Police Chief Aaron Zimmerman.
Good evening. Today, May 15th, 2024 is National Police Memorial Day. This bill signed by President Kennedy in October 1st of 1962, creating National Police Memorial Day, the remembrance of officers who have fallen in the line of duty. Commemorated. Proclamation signed by President Kennedy, read in part, whereas the police officers of America have worked devotedly and selflessly in behalf of the people of this nation, regardless of the peril or hazard to themselves, and whereas these officers have safeguarded the lives and property of their fellow Americans, and whereas by the enforcement of our laws, the same officers have given our country internal freedom from fear and the violence and civil disorder that is presently affecting other nations. Whereas these men and women, by their patriotic service and dedicated efforts, have earned the gratitude of the Republic. In that spirit, I'd like to recognize Police Officer Gerald Birdsall and Officer James Fagan, or its court and police facility are named after. Officer Birdsall killed in the line of duty by a vehicle that struck him while on Albany Post Road. And James Fagan was shot and killed by three escaped convicts from Sing Sing prison, escaped after murdering prison guard John Hardy. They, remember them for their service. On the flip side of that coin, on a little happier note, is also a time to recognize police officers for their merits throughout the year. And today, small award ceremony here. At that ceremony, 33 awards were given to 23 officers, 3 of which were given a traffic safety award for the top DWI cop. And 3 officers, Officer Dubray, Manco, and Stern, their DWI arrests for 23 reported for nearly 40% of all the DWI arrests by this agency. In the same vein of traffic safety, so you may have noticed a campaign on M. Wilton Place outside the high school, where you might see our traffic safety trailer. advising parents to please stop dropping your kids off on Wilton Place in the morning. Not only is it unsafe to the children, it's also creating quite a traffic hazard. I understand there's only a short time of school left this year, but we're working with the school to devise a better solution, guys, to drop off their children on school property where it should be done. Find that consideration of the commuters and also of your children that you're dropping off, because unfortunately, kids have been hit by cars darting out across the road. Please keep that in mind, courteous to your neighbors. We'll write you a ticket if you do. Get your eye test.
Thank you. Organizational announcements. Announcements shall be event related only and shall not be longer than 2 minutes in length. Is there anyone in our virtual world? Okay, moving on. Public comment on agenda items. Visitors are accorded a 4-minute opportunity to address the board and any of the resolutions on the agenda. No one is raising their virtual hand. Visitor recognition. Visitors are accorded a 3-minute opportunity to address the board on issues not relating to the agenda, but relevance to the common good of the village. Again, no one is raising their virtual hand. Village Board resolutions. Approval of minutes, May 1st, 2024. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the minutes of May 1st, 2024 regular meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of voucher detail report. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated April 15th, 2024 in the amount of $1,768,421.61. Do I have a motion?
On the questions, April or May 15th?
I'm sorry. May 15th, and thank you. Do I have a motion on the
As
amended
amended.
agenda?
Moved.
Second.
Going back in history. All in favor? Extension of the preferred developer status, WBP Development LLC and St. Catherine's Group for Main Street and Market Square parking lots. Whereas the Board of Trustees by resolution on November 2nd, 2022, authorized the village manager to enter into a letter agreement designating WBP Development LLC and St. Catherine's Group Inc. as the preferred developer for the village-owned property known as Main Street and Market Square parking lots. Whereas the first period of exclusivity for the preferred developer for the property ran 180 days from November 10th, 2022 until May 9th, 2023. And whereas the period of exclusivity I can't say that word today. Subsequently was extended for an additional 180 days through November 5th, 2023. And whereas the period of exclusivity subsequently was extended again for an additional day of 180 days through May 3rd, 2024. And whereas the Village of Ossining Board of Trustees, WBP Development LLC and St. Catherine's Group Inc. want to extend the period of exclusivity for additional 180 days until October 31st, 2024. Now therefore be it resolved that the period of exclusivity detailed in the November 8th, 2022 letter agreement is extended to October 31st, 2024. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adoption of local law, this will be a roll call vote. Adoption of local law 5, 2024, a local law repealing chapter 162, article 8, housing, property maintenance and building code administration, vacant building registry, and adopting a new chapter 249, vacant building and storefront registry. Whereas the Board of Trustees in the Village of Ossining, the Village Board, has been considering the adoption of a proposed local law, 2024, entitled a local law repealing Chapter 162, Article 8, Housing, Property Maintenance, and Building Code Administration, Vacant Building Registry, and adopting the new Chapter 249, Vacant Building and Storefront Registry. And whereas a public hearing was conducted on May 1st, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. at the Birdsall vacant police court facility, 8688 Spring Street, Ossining, New York, and via Zoom platform, affording members of the public the opportunity to be heard. And whereas the public hearing was closed on May 1st, 2024, and whereas there are no impediments to improving the proposed local law, now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby adopts local law 5, 2024, a local law repealing chapter 162, article 8, housing, property maintenance and building code administration, vacant building registry, and adopting the new chapter 249, vacant building and storefront registry to the Village of Ossining code, and directs that said local law be filed and distributed in accordance with the applicable law. And be it further resolved that the local law shall become into effect upon filing with the Secretary of State pursuant with the municipal home rule law. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second,
Okay, this will be a roll call vote. 1 minute. Okay, thank you. Trustee Fritchie,
Aye.
trustee White,
aye.
trustee Casada,
Aye.
and deputy mayor Lopez.
Aye.
Paper. Okay, easement agreement, 45 Broadway. Resolved that upon review of Corporation Council, the village manager is authorized to sign an easement agreement regarding 45 Broadway with Dylan.
Lundin Goldschlag.
Thank you very much. 28 Snowden Avenue, the prospective purchaser of 45 Broadway. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Extension of agreement with KSCJ Consulting, also known as Killiard Sessions. Resolved that the following review of Corporation Council, the village manager is authorized to sign documents necessary to extend the village April 1st, 2021 agreement with KSCJ Consulting, Killiard Sessions Consulting Engineers and Landscape Architecture Planning, DPC, 500 Main Street, Armont, New York, 10504 through December 31st, 2024, and be it further resolved that on April 1st, 2021, agreement will, April 1st, 2021 agreement will remain in full force and effect, except for the fee schedule, which will, as of April 1st, 2024, be the 2024 KSCJ Consulting Billing Rate Schedule for escrow and non-escrow matters. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Is there any continuing business of the board? New business of the board, authorizing Arcadius of New York, Inc. to enter into a subcontract with Tectonic to provide a special inspection and materials testing services at the Indian Brook Water Treatment Plant. Whereas on July 7th, 2021, the Village of Ossining and Arcadius of New York, Inc. entered into an agreement where Arcadius would provide construction management services for the new Indian Brook Water Treatment Plant. And whereas Arcadius obtained a unit price-based proposals to provide the special inspections noted in the contract documents to meet building code requirements and construction of the new Indian Brook Water Treatment Plant. And whereas Arcadius recommends that Tectonic be retained as a consultant to provide the required special inspections. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees authorizes Arcadius to enter into a subcontract agreement with Tectonic, 280 Little Britain Road, Building 2, Newburgh, New York, to provide special inspections and materials testing at the Indian Brook Water Treatment Plant in accord with the April 25th, 2024 proposal. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Folks, I have Water Superintendent Teese is here. He can give a few words with regard to exactly what this is. Andy? Sure.
Good evening.
Evening.
That was a tongue twister, all those names, Arcadis, Tectonic. I know. So Arcadis is going to be the consultant and obviously Tectonic would be the subconsultant. They reached out to 3 different firms. Tectonic was the most cost effective because, as you would know, both of you are in construction, board members. rebar inspections, concrete inspections, compression, strength, cylinder inspections. Not all inspections need to be full day service. So when this Tectonic sub-consultant priced out half days so that it's more cost effective and there's no travel time. So they were the best bet, and they're somewhat local. We've used them for other jobs. So and also they would report to Arcadis because Arcadis is the construction manager. So as they're setting up the schedule, they're not getting mixed signals between the village and the construction manager. So they have full power. Any questions?
Questions?
Thanks, Andy. I do have questions. You said that obviously you went out to bid, but what was the price for this additional third-party inspector?
They went out to get 3 prices. So it was out. So Tectonic was $320 for a half day service. ATL was $310, but then you had to pay travel time, and Twin Peaks wouldn't price at all. So Twin Peaks would only price at full days. So it was like hourly rates. And we had originally put in a budget 120,000, and this came in at Arcadis's estimate at 110, based on the 39 months of building of the plant, based on all the inspections. And they compared it to other plants that they've completed recently or projects of that size. So it seems to be the most cost effective. Everybody else wanted to charge travel time, and that's an extra $140 each way. So it's like $280 just in travel
About
time.
$600
where
more or
Tectonic,
less. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
Tectonic wouldn't charge
quick
it.
question for you. And in that regards, was this part of our total budget for this particular
It was.
project?
It was, yeah. We put aside when we originally talked about this and talked to the treasurer, we knew that we would have to do special inspections because New York State law, you can't have obviously the building inspectors do it, and you can't have the consulting firm who designed it do the inspection. So it had to be an outside party.
Right.
They
Thank
were
you, Andy.
planned from the beginning.
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to adjourn to executive session for personnel and real property?
So moved.
Second.
Who was the, I'm sorry, who moved? And all in favor?
Aye. It is 7:53. We now call this meeting to an end. Thank you.